up, Doug? Welcome to the Boss Up Ball, our podcast, your home for a debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors. We have some technical issues. Hopefully, we can get everyone back into the stream. Just something happened on our back end here in the studio, so don't worry about it. But hopefully, we can get everyone back that was on the live stream. Hold on here. I'm gonna post something in the community tab just to let everyone know we're back on. Back on YouTube, back on Facebook, back on X. So we are back in the building. But good morning, everyone. How you guys doing?
Merry PTO miss to all.
Yeah. Definitely. Hey, we got a special guest on today. My man definitely is in the building. My man Anthony from Road Lions UK. And I was telling him off camera, man, I really can't call him Jason Statham Jr. just because of the fact that he is so much bigger than Jason Statham. Jason Statham is about 5'10", used to be a gymnast and a diver and all the other stuff like that. My man, Anthony is a big fella, man. He's 6'4", you know what I'm saying? So,
oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So
he big J.
He big Ant, you know what I'm saying? He ain't even little Ant, he big Ant.
You can't tell he that big from
he can sit down.
Camera. Yeah.
He can sit down, man. But welcome to the show. Everyone's getting back in. They're jumping back in. All right. So today we're going to talk about how this Lions playoff roster is taking shape. You know what I'm saying? You look at some of the moves that the Lions have made in the last couple of days, man, and it's just kind of like out there. You know what I'm saying? They've done some things. So we're going to look at my man Teddy Two Gloves is back in the building. You know what I'm saying? The Lions are getting healthy, and we're going to cover some of the latest Detroit Lions news and rumors. So thank you guys for hopping back in. We appreciate you guys hopping back on. Like I said, we just had a little bit of technical issues, but we got that thing fixed and we ready to roll, man. First thing up is Teddy Two Gloves, man. The Tedster is back in the building, fresh off of a state championship down there in Florida. And it was a surprise for a lot of people, man. Hey, if you're new to the channel, before we get to the topics, man, you know how our show works, man. We look at Detroit Lions news headlines and takes. If we agree, we say they're boss up. If we disagree, we say they're balled on, and we give our reasons why. For live shows, I want you to put a hashtag boss up if you agree, a hashtag balled on if you disagree, and tell us why. We'll put it on the screen and talk about it real quick. Hey, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. We're on our way to 33,000 subscribers, and we're currently at 2612. So thank you guys for supporting the channel and coming out and hanging out with us. But getting back to my man Teddy, the Tedster, Teddy Two Gloves, on a recent appearance on the Pivot podcast with Ryan Clark and Channing and Fred Taylor, Bridgewater said that he told his kids that he was going to return to the NFL. That the kids he was coaching down there in Florida. So when I heard that, I was like, man, could he be talking about coming back to the Lions? Because you look at it, I think he was a free agent, so I don't think we own the rights to him because I don't think we signed him to a long-term deal. I think it was a 1-year deal last year. But so I was surprised, but not surprised because of the fact that how he ended last season with Detroit, where he was a big part of the Lions fold. What he brings to the team is a little something different. Now, some people will ask, why bring him back so late in the season? But he's a presence on the sideline in that locker room. He makes a difference. I mean, he mentors young players on offense, not just quarterbacks. He works with players after practice. And having Bridgewater on the lines is like having a de facto player coach in the building. I mean, just think what he did for the Lions as a backup quarterback, and then it transformed him to him becoming a head coach at his high school. And then he's back in the building. Now there's rumors that if Ben Johnson leaves, that Teddy may be asked to join the staff in some capacity next season. And then MCDC said this. He said them signing Teddy Bridgewater has nothing to do with Hendon Hooker. The team is happy with Hendon Hooker, but the team wants a proven veteran backup heading into the playoffs. And I have to agree with that, man. He has a vast knowledge of the Lions offense, and he's played some meaningful snaps in this league. I would hate to throw pretty much a second-year rookie because he didn't play last year with Hendon Hooker out there in the fold if something happens. I compare Mr. Two Gloves to Jake from State Farm or Progressive, Flows Progressive. He's insurance. That's what he is. You know what I'm saying? He's an insurance policy. But I don't want to be honest with you, I don't want to see Teddy Bridgewater play in a game for the Lions this year. But if he has to play, I trust him on this later stage in the playoffs than I do Hendon Hooker. And one thing you got to consider is that Teddy Bridgewater is only 32 years old. He's not like an old dude. He was not like a 40-year-old. It's not like he left the field and he's 40-something years old trying to make a comeback. He's 32 years old. So what do you guys think about Teddy Bridgewater coming back into the fold?
I think it's a good thing. As you know, as you said, he's more like a coach on the field. So, like, hey, I don't want to see him on the field neither. I don't want to see him nowhere near that ball. But he did help the development of JMO as well, last year. And so I'm excited for what he can do on the field. From him seeing the field from a coach's and player's perspective, we can kind of bridge the gap even more. Because, we got our former player coaches. He helps bridge that gap. It's about right here. And he bridged that thing all the way, man. So I'm happy that Teddy Two Gloves is back, man.
All right, what you got, LL?
I like it. At first I was like, why? Like, I mean, but I understand. I guess he's gonna be on the practice squad and it's gonna be in a, more so for coaching and all that kind of stuff. Nobody expects him to see the field.
He's on the active roster.
Somebody said that in our chat, but whoops, never mind then. But
he's on the active roster. He's out to the 53-man roster.
Whatever, I don't know, but whatever. Like you said, hopefully he won't see the field. I think we need people that will see the field, to be signing. But whatever. It'll be good for everybody. And for that main point, what Coach Mike just said, he allegedly did good with JMO. Like JMO has called his name himself. So, I think that'll be good for him. Hopefully that don't mean anything bad for JMO. Like maybe they see him slipping a little bit and they're like, all right, we need to get a better influence around you or something. I don't think that's it at all. But, I don't really feel no way about it. I like it, but welcome back, whatever. I don't know.
But I will say this, and Dan Campbell mentioned the other day before I get to my man Anthony. It makes it easier for that emergency quarterback, right? So they can make Hendon Hooker inactive, but he's still that emergency quarterback. So if they have to have that third quarterback, there is already on the roster. So they don't have to they wouldn't have to sign Jake Fromm to the active roster. They already have three quarterbacks on the roster.
He would still be the backup though. I think Teddy would be the emergency, if anything.
Think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Go with that. All right, Anthony. What do you think about the Lions bringing back Teddy Bridgewater?
I mean, I think you can never have too much experience on a team, especially when you're going into the playoffs. And I think that's, one of the mitigating factors with this. Hendon Hooker is young. He's not played a great amount of football just at this moment in time, the last few years with the injury and that. So you do want a guy who's in the building. Depending on your game situation, you've got a really experienced option to come in and be able to see a game out, get you out of a bit of a hole and not have to expose Hendon to that if you need to. So I like it. It just covers all angles, really. It gives us all options if Goff goes down or we need to rest him, etc., whatever. But like I say, you can never have too much experience in your building, and that, it's critical for the playoffs. So I don't mind it at all. It's good bringing him back. Like you say, he's been here. He knows the team. He knows the players. He'll fit right in. So it's an inoffensive signing. It'll be good for us.
Yeah, he has history with Dan Campbell, those guys, and he knows the system. So what you got, Coach Jones?
I was gonna say I left one little morsel out there for y'all, but I think one way that he'll be the biggest effect he'll have on the team is running that practice squad for the defense. Him mimicking another quarterback for the defense. Because the first team offense don't usually play against the first team defense. You know what I'm saying? Usually it's a practice squad offense playing against our first team defense, and it's a practice team defense playing against our first team offense. I think Teddy Bridgewater he can play high level as a scout team quarterback. So I think that's also.
And here's my thing, man. Maybe he can get Goff to wear gloves in the inside too, man. Because because Goff seemed to throw the ball better with them gloves, with both gloves on. He threw the ball. That was a great deep shot. He threw the
Good
my man J-Mo with them gloves on, man.
Point.
Maybe he can convince him to put both gloves on. Just what I'm saying, hey man, just take my lead, brother. Just wear these two gloves, man. Kurt Warner did it. You know what I'm saying? Now you can just join the glove. And Jared Goff said he throws better with the gloves on. So maybe we can get him to, put them things on, you know what I'm saying, and join the two glove club. All right, let's see who's in the chat today, man. Real quick, man. Mom Margaret says, good morning, guys. What's up? Moon Scar Blade, good morning. Boss Up Baller. My man, veteran Brent DeWitt, salute to you, man. Rob Candell says, what up, though? The Lions are the grooviest, Daddy-O. What up, Daddy-O? My man, Coach Dan, again, the recently betrothed, engaged Dan from Lions Talk Live. What up, though? Moon Scar Blade, y'all playing Foursquare. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Lauren Vander Esch, man. If y'all know who he is, man, he's going to be an up-and-coming podcaster. He got a Michigan Panthers UFL podcast coming up, man. So go check him out, man. He gonna do some big things over there. That's my guy over there, Lauren Vander Esch, man. That's my dude, man.
Do you need an extra opinion on your Michigan Panthers podcast,
man? We'll help you out here, man. From the Boss Up All Out podcast, you got some fellas that will definitely help you out, man. Mom Marker says Big Ant because he's 6'4", you know what I'm saying. The ladies love the big fellas, you know what I'm saying. You know what they say, they want a big boy, you know what I'm saying. So
to be mean
Dr. Detroit, I'm new to the channel. Merry Christmas, man. Whatever. I ain't messing with Dr. Detroit, man. Good veteran presence for a bit of change. Yes, he says. Dr. Detroit says, QB has seen who has seen playoff game and knows the system to a degree. Yeah, he does, man. And Britt DeWitt says, I like having Teddy Bridgewater back for our push to the Lombardi. Great insurance, man. Like I say, man, he's Flo, man. That's Flo from Progressive, man. That's Jake from State Farm. He's insurance. You know what I'm saying? He's the insurance policy, man. So, hey, I appreciate y'all, and I will take all the help I can get, guys. Yeah, of course, man. We got you, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's get into this next little topic. Yeah, I do have a way to get a hold of him, so I know how to reach out to him. So let's get into this next topic, man. The Lions seem to be getting healthy. We saw this coming down the line, but of course you're like, oh, okay. So we that playoff roster is gonna take some shape. And then you got Khalif Raymond. Mm-hmm. His window started yesterday. I'm liking to see my man Leaf back in the building. He was a full participant in Thursday's practice. He said it's a long shot for him to play Monday Night Football, but it's more likely that we'll have him back in the lineup versus the Vikings in the season finale. I like that. He had a big game versus the Vikings last time they played. Jerm is set to play this week. His activation clock started last Thursday, so it's kind of a long shot that he was going to play against the Bears anyway. And the team views him as a fourth starting linebacker. People not just being his role. His main role is a special teams player, but they see him as a fourth starting linebacker. And Reeves Maben, for the Lions, he's one of our best man coverage linebackers that we have on the roster.
Yeah.
So he will help AG's defense in the next few games heading into the postseason. And talked about this on Lions Talk Live. Graham Glasgow will be back in the lineup at left guard for the 49ers game. He missed the Bears game with that knee injury. I know this dude always got some smart stuff to say. And then last but not least, man, as Anzalone, he could be the next guy to come back for the Lions. The Lions have 2 open roster spots right now, and it could be more. Anzalone, he's eligible to his clock to start any day. There hasn't been a lot of talk coming out of Alan Parker when he's going to start practicing, but I wouldn't be surprised if his activation window started in the next few days to get him ready for the postseason. Like I said, they got 2 active roster spots at the moment, man. But you look at this roster getting healthy. I'm gonna go to you first, Ant. What do you think about the Lions roster getting healthy headed into the postseason?
I mean, it's critical for us. I mean, you can see recently just how much it's been affecting the team, especially you just can't lose this many guys and expect everything to carry on as normal. So getting guys like Anzalone back's huge. Like he's probably been the biggest miss of them all in terms of what he gives you in that linebacker room. There's not really anyone else who does everything like he does just at this moment in time, and plus the leadership aspect of it as well. The defense has seemed a lot more unorganized. Sometimes it's been getting caught off its toes. It's not had that guy in there who's been, keeping it all on the level. So having him back's going to be really big, and getting the depth back's crucial as well. So it's great that we're getting these guys back. Hopefully we can get them a game or two before the playoffs, get them some reps in there so that they're as close to fully healthy as possible going into it. But it's really big for us, and it's going to create some tough questions as well going into the playoffs, as you've said. Who stays, who goes. You've got to start asking questions about some of the guys who have just been inactive every single week, and we might need to get rid of some of those guys to bring these guys back. It's a good problem to have, though. That's all we'll say. The fact that we don't want to let a lot of guys go. There's not a lot of guys on this roster whom right now I want to let go, which in previous years has just not been true. So, it's good these guys are coming back. We're going to need them. And, it's happened in some of these guys' cases. It's happened just at the right time. We're getting them back right when we need them. So hopefully Anzalone's back, Raymond's back, all these guys are back. And, that's all we need. We just need the defense to be good, and the offense will see us through. So, yeah, it's good. It's good that we're getting so many guys back right when we need them.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%, man. Okay, LL, because I know you got something smart to say. All right. Why did you snicker when I said that MCDC said that Graham Glasgow will be back at left guard?
Because, man, the time is this is Big Strebo era, man. Let's see. I want to see Big Strebo out there at left guard, man. But I don't, whatever. But I think this is a good game for him. So maybe Glasgow, or never mind, Graham Glasgow. Let's just say he's still eating some leftovers, and he like, man, I got the itis. I can't play on Sunday or Monday night. Maybe we can see Big Strebo, and by Big Strebo I mean Christian Mahogany. But maybe we could see him get in there again. But I'm excited to see Germ coming back, and of course I mess with Lil Leaf like that. Shout out to that main gym as well. But as Alex Anzalone, if anything, if he's healthy enough to come back, come on back. But just me, if I'm calling the shot or anything, if I'm whoever makes the decision, if I could, I would rest him the rest of the way into the playoffs. And that only reason why, and like I said, unless he's just fully healthy to go, only reason why I have memories of Thomas Davis in my head. I don't remember exactly. I remember he did something to his forearm. He kept having issues with that thing. He would have a couple healthy seasons. I know that we ain't counting on Alex Anzalone to be here for the next 10 years or nothing like that. He might have a good season, but then the next, he had a couple issues. So if you can, I think we'd be okay without him. Because and one thing that Big Ant had just said, might need to make space. I think Curt said he is a couple over roster spots, and we just we cut a couple dudes. We cut Quan Alexander, or we however released or waived or whatever, Quan Alexander and David Long. So there's some it'd be some room for him. So come on back, who's ever healthy. But if out of all of those, the one thing I say is, Alex, you take your time, because we gonna you tackling, you use your forearm a lot, and he be out there hitting people. So I want to see you doing it the best you can. So
yeah, definitely
let him come back as slow as he can.
And I would say this about Leaf, man. He's just not just like Durham. He's not just a special teamer, man. He plays a role in the offense as well. So I like the fact that we can get him back heading into the playoffs too, because he adds an extra dimension of speed, like JMO. So he, what I'm saying, you can definitely a lot of those underneath routes, man. He can definitely make some big plays, jet sweeps and all the other things, and he can just let JMO run down the field and do his thing. All right, what you got, Coach Jones, and everybody, people coming back, getting healthy?
Yeah, so I'm glad Khalif is back, man. He'll probably see the field next week. But just good that they activated him before week 18, because if you don't get activated before week 18, you're out of there, buddy. you're not coming back for the playoffs. So that's why I think.
Oh wow. Well,
so that's why I think Anzalone will get activated before. I'm not sure if it's before week 18 or before or the end of week 18.
You have two guys that you can bring back in the playoffs. So
okay.
You only got two slots that you can bring back in the postseason. So I believe that's correct. You can bring back two guys. So it's not as many roster spots as you can bring back. People you can bring back. That's because they talk about bringing back Hutch. You know what I'm saying, for the Super Bowl. So you will have to they ain't gonna activate Hutch before his window ain't gonna start before the end of the season. But there's not as many players you can bring back in the postseason. So that's what you said.
Right.
I get what you're saying.
But also I knew that I knew Reeves Maven was gonna start or play this week because they cut David Long, or they waived David Long, and then they waived Quan Alexander. And I'm like, you waived two linebackers. Somebody got to be coming back. So that's how I just kind of figured Jerm is going to be playing this week, man. Probably going to knock the dust off a little bit. And it's kind of hard to tell how much he's going to play because guys have came in here and just started playing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just threw him in there. Like, go on and get in there.
It was out of necessity. They had to play. They didn't have anybody.
If he came back, if he ain't played all year, he came back and he played a heavy load of snaps, man. So
80% of them.
Yeah. So I don't know how much Jerm is gonna play, when he come back, but we might see him a lot. So, with those two linebackers being cut. But I'm just happy that we're starting to get healthier, and all we need now, man, is for that AA battery to come back and charge us up, man, and we good.
I like that.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's look at the chat, man. I wish someone was saying Aleem and Hutch will be back for the Minnesota game. Yeah, no. Elite, we ain't gonna see Elite till next year. We got to get healthy. Everyone acclimated to playing with each other again. Yeah, I was saying that earlier. I think that's one thing. Once, if he gets kind of acclimated playing again back there, because he struggles some in coverage, but once he gets acclimated with playing some of those guys back in the backfield, man, he'll be all right. All right. Anyone know if Dave? We're gonna talk about David Long here in a minute. All right. Our defense is healthy, getting crucial. Yeah, that's definitely. Definitely good to see them, man. Did Mahogany's performance last game change Anthony's take on Hank Fraley not developing late round picks? Uh-oh. That
no.
The shots fired. Shots fired.
Right. So this is a wildly held thing of mine. I've said, we have a lot of guys on this roster who are day 3 picks, like Manu, Solstall, etc. If you're going to do that, you're going to take so many of them on your 53. You've got to be able to have them contribute to your 53, and they're not. They're inactive every week. Solstall's in year 2, coming towards the end of it now. So if you want to be a great O-line coach, you can't just develop day 1 picks all the time. You've got to be able to develop late round guys. And then that's been the thing with Hank. He's never done that. Track record. You show me a day 3 guy he's developed. I'm not having a go at him. I think he's a great O-line coach. I think he's wonderful. But the fact that he's not done a day 3 guy stops him from being elite in my view. That's all that is. I love Christian Mahogany. I think he's going to be a great player. One game does not make a success story of somebody. So, no. Until he's doing it regularly and is a starter, then that will stay the same. I think he will. I think he'll be great for us, but I can't just flip my opinion on one game. Otherwise, they wouldn't be very well-held opinions, would they? Can't change your mind so quickly.
What about Dan Skipper?
I mean,
he okay.
Dan's all right. Dan's all right.
Okay.
This is Randall L.
Chill on my dog Hank Fraley, man.
Yeah, I mean he has done. He hasn't really had to because our O-line has been so healthy, so far. But also he did develop Coyote. Coyote wasn't exactly the. He wasn't the typical, but I understand what you're saying, as in we want to see him develop more. But I mean, our O-line is healthy, so there's no need to put in those backups, and we just don't want to see him go to the forefront of being such a great talent developer, because that means that some of our starters are going down. So.
Getting completely out of context here. I love him, and I think he's great.
Yeah,
that's just my one little nitpick. There is if we're gonna keep, because we're not drafting high-level draft guys for our future. Like our entire interior, the guards are both 35 plus. Oh, 30. Well, the guards are both 30 plus, getting old. Frank has injury history. You've got to be careful. Taylor's getting older. So if you're going to develop day 3 guys to be the long-term success, that's fine, but you've got to do it. And so far, and you need to develop starters because we've got no other depth there right now. It is our starting 5, and then it is a load of young guys and our Sheikah and Skip in there. That's I'm just saying, long term, there needs to be a thing where these guys have got to start developing and filtering into the system, and hopefully we'll see it. We will.
I mean,
this is getting taken out of context. I love Hank. I think he's great. Or the way they're developing and building the roster and the roster layout at the minute, there's no one who's imminently going to step into those starting spots next year when we might, if Glasgow's knee's done, we'll need to replace him. If Seidler's not coming back, we got
somebody for well, all right. You said 2 of them, but we got somebody for 1 of them.
Yeah, but you look at it, but that's not. But that's a problem. Offensive line depth is not just a Lions problem, man. That's a league problem. Like throughout the NFL, if your starting offensive line goes down, there's not a lot of teams that could just bring in guys that are fully developed offensive linemen to come in and hold the fort now.
I also want to say I get what Anthony's saying though. Like you can't say you're great if all you got is first rounders. I get it.
It's not me criticizing. I'm not saying it's a bad coach.
Standing on business.
Glasgow was stopping the big street ball.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you're spending so many late round draft picks on O-linemen and you're not spending big ones, you need a guy who can develop those guys. That's all I'm saying.
And the true test of is Hank Fraley that guy is Giovanni Manu. If Giovanni Manu develops into a starting caliber tackle, then we can crown Hank Fraley. You're the guy. You know what I'm saying?
What is he gonna play? I'm not so sure he's gonna play tackle.
I think Giovanni Manu was brought here to play right guard. That was my hearing. But let's get into the other. We gotta get to the last topic of the day, man.
You better hope not.
Yeah.
Well, they better hope not. They better hope.
All right. So, latest news and rumors, man. Quan Alexander was released by the Lions. The hope is to get him back on the practice squad if he clears waivers today. I'm sure that the Lions let him know coming into the building that being signed off that Broncos practice squad wasn't going to be long term. He was going to be a placeholder until some of those guys came back off of IR. But I think bringing him and put him on a practice squad just kind of like the insurance, man. It gives him a chance to learn more of the defense, and if they need to call him up in the playoffs, it's going to happen. Talk about David Long. We talked about this in the chat. He failed that physical, man. He got claimed off waivers by his former team, the Tennessee Titans, and he failed his physical. And now he's free agent. Good luck to him wherever he ends up playing. Here's my conspiracy theory with that. I wouldn't be surprised if he went in there and told him some stuff on purpose to fail his physical to avoid playing for a team that's already eliminated from the playoffs. You go from a Super Bowl contender to a team get claimed by a team that ain't even nowhere sniffing the playoffs. You're like, yeah, man, this shoulder hurt. This shoulder hurt a little bit. I got a little pain right here. That just me. And then lastly but not least, man, the Lions did, and this probably what's going to prevent at least David Long coming back from the practice squad. The Lions added a guy from the preseason roster to the practice squad yesterday. Deron Gilbert. Gilbert is a Detroit native, played his high school football at Birmingham Brother Rice, and he joins another local player who's back on the roster, Wayne State alum Anthony Pittman, who signed to the active roster last week of a practice squad. So you look at this, man, and all the news and rumors is around the Lions linebacker core, man. This is a lot of movement with this linebacking core. And I'm gonna go to my defensive coach, man. What do you think about all this movement and all these players back and forth from the linebacking core?
Yeah. So when you first look at people being cut or being waived, and then you look at guys coming back, and you look at the quality of the guys that are coming back, like a Germ, like a Pittman, and you're like, they're loading up for the playoff run. You getting those guys in there who are getting guys out who were experienced players, but guys that you're like, they're not going to make the roster. And then you get the healthy guys in because the linebacking core is the key. Besides the nose, the linebackers really stop the run. You know what I'm saying? Like the D tackles, they clog up the gaps, so the linebackers can flow downhill and shoot the gaps. So you getting guys in there that shoot gaps, and we all know Germ is fast and he's around the ball. Pittman, he's played well at times, but he was more of a special teamer. So I'm just happy that they're getting starter quality guys back to replace those guys who are kind of, you know what I'm saying? So they can play more downhill. They can get back to dominating, man. That's what I feel, man. And, so as only come back, we back.
Yeah. All right. And I'm going to let you take this. Where's Jamarco Jones? I haven't seen him. I know where he is. Do you know where he is?
I don't actually know where he is.
He's on the practice squad.
Fair dues. I know he had a good couple of games in preseason, didn't he? And then kind of went quiet. But the line's been healthy this year. The fact we're not needed him, for the most part, is a good thing because the line's been fairly healthy. So,
oh my goodness, Mike Kimber is up at 8:30 this morning, man. That's a miracle. Micro Mike is up in the building. What's up, Micro? What's going on, my dude?
What's up?
Man, he's been doing big things over there on Chat Sports and doing some stuff over there on ESPN Radio out there in this area. So that's what's up, man. Yeah. LL, what you got, man, on some of these guys just coming back and just all the news and rumors surrounding this linebacking core?
They felt that we needed some other guys to step in. We talked about the last topic, and now we're talking about it again. So, they felt it, was necessary. Probably, I don't want to blame it all on that game, but Buffalo was real bad on some of them guys. So, they was like, we got a chance to, I guess, fully understand just how short they needed to be here to keep it clean.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie to you, in our group chat, man, when we released Dave Long, he was like, why not Quan Alexander?
It should have been Quan Alexander.
Yeah, then right after that, it was Quan Alexander. So you look at this, man. All that being said, man, I just want to see what you guys feel, and I'm gonna go to you, our guest Ant, first, about the Lions. Now we talked about all these moves and what's going on. How does it change your opinion about what the Lions can do in the postseason?
No. I think this team, most importantly for this team, we have our elite unit intact. Whatever that offense is intact, we can beat every single team in this league. We can outscore every single team in this league. And while you have that elite part of your team intact, special teams is excellent as well. You just need your defense to be good. And that will give you opportunity to win games. Hell, without God knows how many starters against Buffalo, we lose by 3 points. And they throw everything they had at us. So you're not going to get teams like that come up against you very often. The defense is getting healthier. Having Anzalone and guys like that back will give us enough to be able to compete in games points-wise. And if anything, I do truly believe this team plays harder than everybody else in this league. They feel like a team of destiny this year. It feels like the Wolverines were the other year. They just worked harder than everybody else. They were just better than everybody else. And even if they had injuries, etc., they were coached better. You knew they were going to find ways to win games. And this year, it feels like our team is doing that. They're just finding ways to win. They're very good at it now. They've got the postseason experience from last year because they didn't this year. This is a more experienced team this season. So I fully believe they can go out there and beat anybody. And I'm still not going to give up on this because we have more than enough in the tank to go out there and win it all. And hopefully, with one more win, and Green Bay doing us a favor, it's going to come through our turf as well. It's going to come through our town, our city, and teams just can't hang here with us. So I'm not downgrading the expectations at all. This team can go do it. They're not going to feel sorry for themselves. They're just going to go out there and keep kicking teams down. I think they will.
What you got, LL?
I like that, Anthony. Anthony might not be in the UK. He might be in Hamtramck somewhere. He tricking us. but no, absolutely not, man. You already know. It actually makes me feel a little bit, when things happen, it makes me feel a little bit better about things. I've said that almost verbatim, so I don't have to say too much because Anthony spoke what we all been saying. But I feel like we got a shot. I like our chances against everybody. Whoever it is in the entire league. So we just gonna better those chances. Alexander Loney coming back is gonna be gigantic, man. I know a lot of people want to see Hutch. I don't. I think that's just a dream. Hopefully, whatever. I'm not counting on that one, but. We got some guys. We're gonna start putting some guys back into better positions for themselves to, play better and all of that good stuff. We still got good guys, man. I know they ain't made a lot of plays, but we've been saying their names, smash and grab or whatever you want to call them, Kirby. We still got guys out there. Ain't about to go through the whole thing. So yeah, we gearing up to to go step on people.
Yeah, for real. All right. Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. The injuries have never dampened my opinion of what the Lions can do in this postseason. So actually, like you said, LL, the guys that's coming back, that just makes me even believe more that we gonna go out there and have a shot to win this thing. And it starts this weekend. I'm not saying I'm rooting for the Packers. I'm rooting against the Vikings. So that's what I'm doing this weekend. What you got, Coach Jones?
You know what?
It's FTP all day up in here.
Right.
So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You
know what? As much as we, I'm not trying to be the negative Nancy, but as much as look, y'all like, oh no, but as much as we feel Ford Field is that ultimate place, like you come, like ain't nobody getting to Ford Field. We have 2 losses at home. Our only 2 losses this year have been at home. Against the Tampa Bay Bucks and against the Buffalo Bills. So I'm not saying that.
I got to rebut to that too, though. I got to rebut to that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that. See, don't get me wrong, people out there. Like, don't be like, oh, he tripping. I'm just saying that the 2 losses that we have came at Ford Field. You know what I'm saying? So, I would feel more comfortable if it came on the road. You know what I'm saying? And we went.
So would you rather have the 5 seed than the 1 seed?
No, of course not.
Okay, then.
Of course not. But I'm just saying, if we had 2 losses, I'd rather them be on the road than be at home.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's just the only thing. Like, I just don't know if that Ford Field, if it's losing, a little bit of luster, you know what I'm saying? If it's like, because I was there last year against the Rams at home, first playoff game, and it was electric. Like that place was rocking.
And you don't think that'll happen again, huh?
I do think it'll happen again. I just don't know, if teams is like if they getting ready for it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think we caught people by surprise. I think that teams didn't realize how much we was gonna be rocking last year. Like, they probably and players said it too. They went in there, they was like, man, we couldn't believe the environment was just ridiculous. Like, that's like the toughest thing I had to play in. And now
Curt, what you got? So I got something too. What you got, Curt?
My thing is, I don't really contribute the 2 losses. They could have been on the road. I think we got out of pocket in those games. We forgot who we were in those games. I put those 2 losses on the coaching staff. I don't put it on players because I think that the Buffalo game, we should have gotten the shootout quicker just because of the fact that the Buffalo defense was crazy. And then we didn't play to our strengths versus the Bucks, where we were trying to run vertical on those guys on the outside, and we should have just been hitting those gaps, right? We should have been running the ball better against the Bucks. So we kind of played into their, because they have 5 fast linebackers, and we just kind of played into their hands in that game, and we got out of ourselves. We've gotten our own way versus both of those games were winnable games because they came down pretty much to the last possessions. And I think we got in our own way in those games. But because I think with that Buffalo game, we could have won that game if we would have started the shootout quicker. We should have started passing the ball. We kind of relied on that run, trying to stick to our game plan, relied on the run. Did a little too much because Ed Oliver was killing us up front. And I think that we could have won that game. We would have gotten to the shootout a little quicker. That's just me. But what you got, Anthony? Do you feel that way that the home field? I think the Ford Field is still a tough place to play.
I think your playoff environment's different to your regular season environment. Like that's when you're at the business end of it. Like last year, maybe it was different because it was the first really good year you'd had, and you could feel that we were going to the playoffs and we were going to do something. Now it's kind of the expectation that we get there. So maybe it tapers off during the regular season, but when you get to playoff ball, it just becomes that much better. And if you're coming as the 1 seed, we don't have to go through the wild card. We get a bit of a rest. The team is we need this rest badly. Like, I think everyone's going to be invigorated and ready. And you only need to win from that point. 3 games? You got 3 games left to win.
That's
and
a lot.
two of them are coming through your gaff as well, if you're the 1 seed. So, I think it'll be just as good there, because this feels like last year was a miracle run, but I don't think we ever truly had aspirations that we could win the Super Bowl. We were maybe a year too short. This year, it's palpable. We could win it this year. And I think that's going to be the big difference. If anything, it's going to make it even louder, because this year we have everything we need to go there and get it done. And this is where we can really start to get excited. So I think it will make a massive difference for us. I know we've lost the 2 at home, but I say playoff ball's different. And it's a different type of pressure.
You coming to Ford Field, it's going to be belt to ass for everybody.
I just wanted to say that. I only said that because I thought it was an interesting topic. I don't believe it. I believe Ford Field is the animal, is the beast. I just felt like bringing up
the belly of the beast.
I wanted to hear what
now you do. You do. You want to hear what we have?
I always feel that, especially when under Dan Campbell, you're going to get that welcome to Detroit moment when whoever comes into the building. But hey, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. All you need is help to get this content to more Detroit Lions fans just like yourself. Now it's time for us to get out of here. We went a little extra long today just because of the fact we had the faux pause at the beginning of the show. But you know what I'm saying?
My bad. That was my bad.
It's all good. Hey, if you haven't done so already, make sure you follow us on your favorite social media platforms. My man, Coach Jones, does a great job over there. Wolverine Sports Talk. LL does his thing, man. Y'all know who it is, man. He be having them overalls because he be yamming, he be farming yams and all that good stuff, man. The yam farmer extraordinaire, man. And make sure you check out me. I post content from all of my on all of my channels about this show. So definitely make sure you check it out, man. I know Coach had to run. I know his son's up this morning, but Anthony, my man, Big Anthony. Now I had to clear this up, man, because I know some people call him Anthony. His name is Anthony. There's no H in the damn thing. It's Anthony from Detroit Lions UK. So make sure you call him by his correct name. Anthony is a British name. I know it's not, one of those things. It's a lot of Anthony's over there. So make sure you call the man by his correct name, man. But Anthony, tell people where they can find you and your content, my man.
Yeah, you can find me at Roar of the Lions UK. We're a group of Detroit Lions fans from across the pond. So if you want to come and check out your Lions news, views, all that sort of stuff from a British perspective, then check us out. We're live later, so come by, say hi. We'd love to have you there. And thanks always, Curt, LL. Appreciate you having me on here. It's always good fun. Love talking Lions. And good to do it.
Yeah,
hope you enjoy the rest of your Christmas period.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, if you off today, man, chill out with us, man. Thanks for chilling out with us, man. If you got to go to work, man, get back to your work, man. Definitely have a great day and spread that joy throughout your office. If you can't have a good day just because you just having the blues or you just mad, don't take no one else's joy, man. Just make sure you spread that joy. If you can't, don't mess with nobody else's. And if whatever you do in life, you know what you got to do for your boy Curt Steele. You got to boss up, fall out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For Coach Jones, who had to leave, my man LL Cool Torrance, the yam farmer extraordinaire, and Anthony from Detroit Lions UK. This is Curt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon.